Kindly like, subscribe and comment to get daily updates. Jawaharlal Sivla Momis Trust Promoter Group disposed 10.13 thousand shares of RT Drugs worth 2.33 crore rupees via a market sale. ANUH Agrawal Trustee ANUH Agrawal Trust Promoter revoked 1.38 lakh shares of Ajanta Pharma worth 22.52 crore rupees via pledged released. Amisha Tipin Kocha, designated person, disposed 6.00 thousand shares of ANUH Pharma worth 21.83 lakh rupees via a market sale. Bijal Kaushal Shroff, designated person, disposed 6.00 thousand shares of ANUH Pharma worth 21.35 lakh rupees via a market sale. Dina Satish Shah, designated person, disposed 8.40 thousand shares of ANUH Pharma worth 29.80 lakh rupees via a market sale. Sangrees Properties and Investments Company PVT Promoter Group revoked 18.00 thousand shares of Apollo Tyres worth 23.29 lakh rupees via pledged released. Chandrasekhar Bhalchandra Dandekar, designated person, disposed 89.89 thousand shares of ASTRAL Polytechnic worth 9.72 crore rupees via a market sale. Kisachug, designated person, disposed 1.50 thousand shares of O Small Finance Bank worth 12.01 lakh rupees via a market sale. Narayan Sabu Carter, Narayan Sabu, Promoter Group, acquired 29.18 thousand shares of Bigbloc Construction worth 11.42 lakh rupees via market purchase. Kuber Mahadev Jagdale, designated person, disposed 5.93 thousand shares of CIPLA worth 45.52 lakh rupees via a market sale. Vinay Kumar Chawla, connected person, acquired 28.00 thousand shares of Capital Trade Links worth 98.28 thousand rupees via market purchase. Harkavat Singh revised, employ, pledged 11.00 thousand shares of DABUR India worth 48.88 lakh rupees via creation of pledged. Madhusudana Rao DV, Promoter Group, disposed 5.00 thousand shares of DIVI'S Laboratories worth 1.56 crore rupees via a market sale. Amisha RANCHHODBHAI Patel, KMP, disposed 300 shares of DYNEMIC products worth 64.53 thousand rupees via market sale. Dashrat Bharipi, Patel Huff, Promoter, disposed 100.00 thousand shares of DYNEMIC products worth 2.24 crore rupees via a market sale. Anthony John LOFFREDO, employ, acquired 392 shares of EICHER Motors worth 58.04 lakh rupees via EICHER. Ronson Traders Limited, Promoter Group, acquired 426 shares of Ganges Securities worth 14.31 thousand rupees via market purchase. Krishan Kumar Daga, designated person, disposed 12.15 thousand shares of HDFC Asset Management Company worth 2.83 crore rupees via market sale. Manisha, designated person, disposed 4.00 thousand shares of HDFC Asset Management Company worth 93.33 lakh rupees via market sale. Piyush Surana, designated person, disposed 5.50 thousand shares of HDFC Asset Management Company worth 1.28 crore rupees via market sale. Sadanand Moili, designated person, acquired 2.80 thousand shares of HDFC Asset Management Company worth 18.74 lakh rupees via EICHER. Ravi Pisipati, designated person, acquired 986 shares of Hero MOTOCORP worth 27.35 lakh rupees via EICHER. Surinder Chabra, designated person, acquired 920 shares of Hero MOTOCORP worth 25.52 lakh rupees via EICHER. Vijay Sethi, designated person, acquired 920 shares of Hero MOTOCORP worth 25.52 lakh rupees via EICHER. Vikram Sitaram Kasbeka, Director, acquired 2.90 thousand shares of Hero MOTOCORP worth 80.30 lakh rupees via EICHER. Praveen Ramesh Salunke, designated person, disposed 1.18 thousand shares of Housing Development Finance Corp. worth 21.30 lakh rupees via a market sale. Praveen Ramesh Salunke, designated person, revoked 1.18 thousand shares of Housing Development Finance Corp. worth 21.30 lakh rupees via revocation of pledged. Abhijit Kamalapurkar, designated person, disposed 100.00 thousand shares of IDFC First Bank worth 31.20 lakh rupees via a market sale. A. Rory Employee disposed 15.00 thousand shares of ITC worth 30.41 lakh rupees via a market sale. A. Rory Employee revoked 15.00 thousand shares of ITC worth 30.41 lakh rupees via revocation of pledged. Jitranjinder Employee disposed 50.00 thousand shares of ITC worth 1.01 crore rupees via a market sale. Jitranjinder Employee revoked 50.00 thousand shares of ITC worth 1.01 crore rupees via revocation of pledged. DVR Rajiv Mohan Employee pledged 96.00 thousand shares of ITC worth 1.77 crore rupees via creation of pledged. DVR Rajiv Mohan Employee disposed 68.60 thousand shares of ITC worth 1.37 crore rupees via a market sale. K. Radhakrishnan Employee disposed 9.85 thousand shares of ITC worth 19.57 lakh rupees via a market sale. KGSTEPHANOS Employee disposed 15.00 thousand shares of ITC worth 30.62 lakh rupees via a market sale. M. Muralidhar Employee pledged 21.96 thousand shares of ITC worth 43.67 lakh rupees via creation of pledged. M. Muralidhar Employee disposed 5.00 thousand shares of ITC worth 10.30 lakh rupees via a market sale. Manish Manohar Paradkar Employee pledged 10.40 thousand shares of ITC worth 20.95 lakh rupees via creation of pledged. Manish Manohar Paradkar Employee acquired 10.40 thousand shares of ITC worth 17.30 lakh rupees via EICHER. Nakul Anand Director disposed 50.00 thousand shares of ITC worth 1.01 crore rupees via a market sale. P. Mukherjee Employee disposed 7.50 thousand shares of ITC worth 15.37 lakh rupees via a market sale. P. Mukherjee Employee revoked 7.50 thousand shares of ITC worth 15.37 lakh rupees via revocation of pledged. P. Ramkumar Employee disposed 5.00 thousand shares of ITC worth 10.30 lakh rupees via a market sale. Rajendra Kumar Singhi KMP disposed 5.00 thousand shares of ITC worth 10.11 lakh rupees via a market sale. Rajendra Kumar Singhi KMP revoked 21.00 thousand shares of ITC worth 42.64 lakh rupees via revocation of pledged. Rupak Haldar Employee disposed 5.54 thousand shares of ITC worth 11.01 lakh rupees via a market sale. SRANGRASS Employee disposed 15.00 thousand shares of ITC worth 30.72 lakh rupees via a market sale. S. Mitra Employ disposed 6.00 thousand shares of ITC worth 12.32 lakh rupees via a market sale. Sanjay Singh Employ pledged 30.00 thousand shares of ITC worth 58.20 lakh rupees via creation of pledged. Sanjay Singh Employ disposed 40.00 thousand shares of ITC worth 81.40 lakh rupees via a market sale. SACHETA and SHU Panda Employ pledged 1.35 lakh shares of ITC worth 2.73 crore rupees via creation of pledged. SUMITROGO Employ disposed 5.00 thousand shares of ITC worth 10.30 lakh rupees via a market sale. SUPRATIM Datta Employ disposed 25.00 thousand shares of ITC worth 50.93 lakh rupees via a market sale. VIDYAPRAKASHP Menon Employ disposed 5.00 thousand shares of ITC worth 10.27 lakh rupees via a market sale. Pradeep Singh Johar, promoter, acquired 2.00 lakh shares of JAMNA Auto Industries worth 73.68 lakh rupees via market purchase. VRAJVIRTHAN, promoter and director, disposed 1.50 lakh shares of L.G.BALAKRISHNAN and Bros. worth 3.34 crore rupees via market sale. Deepak Kasbi, designated person, disposed 2.00 thousand shares of LUPIN worth 19.68 lakh rupees via a market sale. Kamal Kishore Sharma, designated person, disposed 10.00 thousand shares of LUPIN worth 1 crore rupees via a market sale. Manikantam T, designated person, acquired 774 shares of MPHASIS worth 4.43 lakh rupees via EICHER. Manikantam T, designated person, disposed 850 shares of MPHASIS worth 9.89 lakh rupees via market sale. Subramanian Sundaresan, designated person, disposed 11.00 thousand shares of MPHASIS worth 1.31 crore rupees via a market sale. Monesh Kohli, promoter and director, acquired 45.00 thousand shares of Megri Soft worth 5.90 lakh rupees via market purchase. ANUH Constructions LLP, promoter, pledged 2.52 crore shares of Mindspace Business Parks REIT worth 761.29 crore rupees by others. Cape Trading LLP, promoter, pledged 2.52 crore shares of Mindspace Business Parks REIT worth 761.29 crore rupees by others. Chandru L. Raheja, promoter group, pledged 3.25 crore shares of Mindspace Business Parks REIT worth 982.52 crore rupees via creation of pledged. Genext Hardware and Parks Private, promoter group, pledged 2.29 crore shares of Mindspace Business Parks REIT worth 691.32 crore rupees via creation of pledged. K. Raheja Corp Private, promoter group, pledged 3.61 crore shares of Mindspace Business Parks REIT worth 1089.17 crore rupees via creation of pledged. Palm Shelter Estate Development LLP, promoter group, pledged 2.72 crore shares of Mindspace Business Parks REIT worth 821.32 crore rupees via creation of pledged. Raghukul Estate Development LLP, promoter group, pledged 1.77 crore shares of Mindspace Business Parks REIT worth 535.59 crore rupees via creation of pledged. HARSHBEE in Zaveri, promoter and director, acquired 47.66 thousand shares of NRB Bearings worth 37.49 lakh rupees via market purchase. Rishi Kumar and Sons, promoter group, acquired 50.00 thousand shares of Orissa Bengal carrier worth 17.50 lakh rupees via market purchase. Narendra Vishwambarunat Arora, designated person, acquired 1.23 thousand shares of PIRAMAL Enterprises worth 18.08 lakh rupees via EICHER. Narendra Vishwambarunat Arora, designated person, disposed 1.23 thousand shares of PIRAMAL Enterprises worth 18.08 lakh rupees via EICHER. PIRAMAL Enterprises Senior Employees Welfare Trust. Other, disposed 1.23 thousand shares of PIRAMAL Enterprises worth 18.08 lakh rupees via EICHER. Pramod Arora, designated person, acquired 5.61 thousand shares of PVR worth 43.95 lakh rupees via public right. Ashwin M. Dev, designated person, disposed 9.00 thousand shares of Reliance Industries worth 1.90 crore rupees via a market sale. Pradeep Kumar Jain, designated person, disposed 600 shares of Reliance Industries worth 12.77 lakh rupees via a market sale. CHETNABENS Shah, promoter, acquired 4.34 thousand shares of SACHETA Metals worth 67.79 thousand rupees via market purchase. CHETNABENS Shah revised. Promoter and director, acquired 3.10 thousand shares of SACHETA Metals worth 46,000 rupees via market purchase. Satish Kumar Kesha, promoter, acquired 3.40 thousand shares of SACHETA Metals worth 53.31 thousand rupees via market purchase. Manish Gupta, director, disposed 23.50 thousand shares of Sequent Scientific worth 32.86 lakh rupees via a market sale. Prasad Lad, designated person, disposed 12.50 thousand shares of Sequent Scientific worth 17.83 lakh rupees via a market sale. Shartna Rasapur, director, disposed 30.00 thousand shares of Sequent Scientific worth 42.61 lakh rupees via a market sale. Aditya B. Patel, promoter group, acquired 75.00 thousand shares of Shri Dinesh Mills worth 7.50 lakh rupees via allotment. Bharat Bhai UPENDRABHAI Patel, promoter group, acquired 75.00 thousand shares of Shri Dinesh Mills worth 7.50 lakh rupees via allotment. Nimish UPENDRABHAI Patel, promoter group, acquired 75.00 thousand shares of Shri Dinesh Mills worth 7.50 lakh rupees via allotment. Nishank NIMISHBHAI Patel, promoter group, acquired 75.00 thousand shares of Shri Dinesh Mills worth 7.50 lakh rupees via allotment. Chandigarh Developers Private Limited, promoter group, pledged 44.13 thousand shares of Steel Strips Wheels worth 1.91 crore rupees via pledged released. Deepak Vidya, immediate relative, acquired 5.01 thousand shares of Strides Pharma Science worth 29.38 lakh rupees via market purchase. Anuradha Gupta, designated person, disposed 4.00 thousand shares of Syngene International worth 19.80 lakh rupees via a market sale. BIOCON Limited Employee Welfare Trust, promoter group, disposed 89.54 thousand shares of Syngene International worth 4.37 crore rupees via EICHER. Chandan Verma, other, acquired 4.97 thousand shares of Syngene International worth 24.28 lakh rupees via EICHER. Dhananjay Patankar, designated person, disposed 6.00 thousand shares of Syngene International worth 29.61 lakh rupees via a market sale. Girija Kelat, designated person, acquired 9.18 thousand shares of Syngene International worth 44.81 lakh rupees via EICHER. Hitendra Sitaram Chaudhary, designated person, acquired 7.32 thousand shares of Syngene International worth 35.72 lakh rupees via EICHER. K. A. Yashwant Kumar, designated person, disposed 3.05 thousand shares of Syngene International worth 15.05 lakh rupees via a market sale. Pathapi Hazra, other, acquired 3.73 thousand shares of Syngene International worth 18.21 lakh rupees via EICHER. Paul Vazile Thomas, other, acquired 21.42 thousand shares of Syngene International worth 1.05 crore rupees via EICHER. Raj Kamal Varshni, other, acquired 2.82 thousand shares of Syngene International worth 13.76 lakh rupees via EICHER. Suresh Reddy Jain, designated person, disposed 3.36 thousand shares of Syngene International worth 16.45 lakh rupees via a market sale. Seema Shah Ahuja, designated person, acquired 12.85 thousand shares of Syngene International worth 62.74 lakh rupees via EICHER. Madhavan Sankaran, other, acquired 9.18 thousand shares of Syngene International worth 44.81 lakh rupees via EICHER. Shivanandam K. Other, acquired 6.22 thousand shares of Syngene International worth 30.36 lakh rupees via EICHER. Sudhir S. Nayak, other, acquired 6.88 thousand shares of Syngene International worth 33.61 lakh rupees via EICHER. Vishweshwamutyam, other, acquired 4.97 thousand shares of Syngene International worth 24.28 lakh rupees via EICHER. Nitin Bigamane, director, disposed 5.50 thousand shares of TD Power Systems worth 6.51 lakh rupees via a market sale. Alok Palashikar, designated person, disposed 800 shares of Tech Mahindra worth 5.55 lakh rupees via a market sale. Rajesh Thakur, designated person, disposed 2.00 thousand shares of Tech Mahindra worth 14.20 lakh rupees via a market sale. Sujit Baxi, designated person, disposed 5.00 thousand shares of Tech Mahindra worth 35.05 lakh rupees via a market sale. Vikas Gupta, designated person, disposed 3.50 thousand shares of Tech Mahindra worth 24.63 lakh rupees via a market sale. Sacheta Jain, promoter and director, acquired 4.00 thousand shares of Vardhaman Special Steels worth 2.74 lakh rupees via market purchase. Vikram Bajaj Huff, promoter group, disposed 10.00 thousand shares of VMV Holidays worth 3.50 lakh rupees via a market sale. Twinstar Holdings, promoter group, acquired 9.93 crore shares of Vedanta worth 0 rupees by others. Manoj Nagpal, designated person, disposed 36.00 thousand shares of Wipro worth 1.15 crore rupees via a market sale. Nitin Puri, designated person, acquired 100.00 thousand shares of Yes Bank worth 16.30 lakh rupees via market purchase.